Hello everybody, and welcome once again to Bluebears Games Crackin Packs. Today we're going to be doing the third of the 6 boxes in the Theros Beyond Death case that I bought. I'm only doing this once again, as I explained last time. I do need an Ashiok for a commander deck, and that's the only way that I'm going to be able to do it is if I pull it from here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this box here in hopes to get one so I can do the other decks for the commander series. My hope is that I can do this, schedule it for later, and pull the Ashiok, and then tomorrow, hopefully, which is Friday, get up the Oloro deck, finally, the second part. So let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to go ahead and open this box up and see. Hopefully we can get it. But we shall see. A lot of stuff has been going on for the last, little while. And I hope to get it, I'll explain it as we go. Okay, so I've had some issues going on in the last couple weeks. I told you last time, guys, I was sick. I was actually sicker than I thought. I actually had an infection, and it affected my hands. So just so real quick, you can't really see it that well now. This is after a couple days, but my hand, my finger specifically, blew up pretty big to the size of, like, I don't even know what to tell you. It was pretty bad. It was really bad to the point where I had to go actually to the doctors and they had to actually drain it. So, yeah, it was pretty swollen. So I've been in pain a lot for the last couple weeks and hadn't really been feeling up to things. So I've been trying to do as much as I can. This was in the box a little messed up. It was like this. So there might be some damage on these cards. But we'll take a look and see. And I'm gonna fumble the cards a little bit because I'm still healing on that finger, so just bear with me. And hopefully now that we're in the daytime, it'll be a better view for you guys. So the first one is Archon Son of Sun's Grace was the rare and no foil. I have one more thing to, go over as we're going. Underworld Dreams is so good. I was going over the boxes I did open, and I have yet to pull an Oloro, Euro, whatever you want to call him, the URO guy, the Mythic. Apparently he's pretty good for a lot of things, and I'd like to put him into a commander deck soon, but I have to pull one. I did pull 2 Polychronoses, but he's not as good as the other one. Alright. Foil Archon of the Fallen Stars. That's 2 Archons right off the bat. Alright. And Protean Thaumaturge is the rare. So, no good stuff out of the first 2 packs. Alright. And here's the uncommons. And at least in this video, at least you can see what's going on now. I apologize for the last video. I was just in a panic. I actually was so sick that I probably shouldn't have done what I did. I really shouldn't have done anything. I should have just skipped a week, but I did not because I want to put something out so that you guys can take a look and watch as I do this, but it happens. Alright, Labyrinth of Scophos is the first time I've gotten this one. Out of the 2 boxes I previously opened, this is the first time I think I pulled this one. Remove target attacking or blocking creature from combat. Basically, it's like a Maze of Ith. It's actually pretty useful. I might actually be able to put that into one of the commander decks. I've been trying to figure out some stuff to change around. I've been having a problem with Oloro because I've been so wishy-washy in my choices. I changed it over to a Super Friends, and the amount of stuff that I can go with besides the Planeswalkers is so immense that, like, putting things in and taking things out, I've been going over and over and over again. And unfortunately, it's been delaying the process just because I know that I want Ashiok in there. So, Woe Strider. It creates a goat. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1, and escape. So far, I have not gotten the Ashiok. So, hopefully that pops up soon. I really would like to get that and get the Oloro deck done. And also, with that, it's also holding up the Alayla deck because there are some things that I want to take out of the Oloro deck and put into the Alayla deck so that I can get them both completed. And there's some stuff in here I want to get as well. So, alright, next foil is a Threnody Singer. And then a Bronze Hide Line is the rare. Uncommons are as follows: Devourer of Memory, Nessian Wander, and Alirios Enraptured. Alright. Next. I'm in a little bit better mood too, guys. When I was doing the last one, I was not in a great mood. I was in so much pain. I'm still in a little bit of pain, but the meds have taken over. Oh, come on. Oh, my goodness. Alright, so I'm in the hunt for foil islands from this set. And so far I've opened up a forest, a plains, and now a swamp. While I'll use these, my whole point of this is I want an island. Alright, so that was a foil. They're pretty cool looking. And Taranika Acrone Veteran is the rare. It's actually not a bad rare. It's a 3/3 soldier for 3. Vigilance, and when it attacks on tap another target creature until in turn it becomes a 4/4 and it's indestructible. So, and the good part is because it's daytime, you guys can read it as I'm showing it to you guys. Here's the uncommons, Minions Return, and Hydra's Growth. But yeah, I was not in the right frame of mind last video. I probably should have done it like I said, and you know, it happens. Learn from your mistakes, right? Alright, that's trash. Alright. Foil, Timuret, Chosen from Death. It's that really cool looking type of foil too. The black border. And Storm Herald is my rare. 3 to cast, 3/2 haste. It's a human shaman, and when it enters the battlefield, return any number of aura cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Attach the creatures you control, exile those auras at the beginning of your next end step. If those auras would leave the battlefield, exile them instead of putting them anywhere else. In other words, if red were the color that you would use for it, it would make a great Voltron. Alright, Mystic Retrieval, Daxos, and one with the stars. I myself tend to go white with my Voltron builds just because white has, you know, a lot of good auras. It's what white does. And I don't really think red would be the second choice. I would probably choose green, to be honest with you. But that's just me. So it's an interesting that was put there. Alright, the rare here is Woe Strider. Enters the battlefield, create the 0/1 goat token. And I'm just realizing now that that is the foil rare. Well, that sucks. Of all the foils I could get, that would be really cool. It would be not that one. Alright, and the actual rare is Oloro of the Unknown. So reveal the top 6 cards of your library, and opponent exiles a non-land card from among them. You put the rest into your hand, and then that opponent may cast that card that he decided to exile. So that sucks. That's a really bad box. Right off the bat, this box has been pretty bad. The only thing that can save it now is the Ashiok that I need. Let's see if we got it. We're not even a third of the way through. That's a bad foil rare. The other rare foil was bad too. Alright. Nylea's Intervention. I actually, on the Facebook page, I actually touted how much I like this card. I did have a conversation with somebody about it and why I like it so much. I like this card because it says land, not basic land, but land. There are a lot of cards that you can get with that you shouldn't be able to get in by normal means, and I really like that ability. Like, you could go get in green a guy's cradle. If you're doing black-green, you could go ahead and pick out Cabal Coffers with the Urborg, so you have that set up right away. I mean, there's so many things you can do when it's just not just a basic land that you have to pick up. So I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it for Commander. I'm a fan of it for, I guess, for Modern. It would be good if you know, in the Lands Matter deck. I don't know. I am a fan of it, but that's just me. Alright, the rare here is Perforos' Intervention. Create an X1 red elemental creature token with tramp on haste and sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Or deal twice X damage to target creature or planeswalker. Alright, our uncommons are Rise to Glory, Apex, and Hero of the Winds. Alright. Alright, so we got the bad cards out of the way. Let's see some good ones. Come on, give me a Nyx Lotus. Give me something. Something. Anything. Alright, foil Hero of the Pride. I always like getting cats, especially in foil. I do subscribe to the Crazy Cat Lady. I date the Crazy Cat Lady, so it makes me happy when I pull like good cats to put in a deck for her. The rare is Treacherous Blessing, 3 to cast, enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, draw 3 cards, and then whenever you cast a spell, you lose a life, and when it becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. I am actually a fan of that because it's 3 to cast for 3 cards. Even blue doesn't do that. And Acolyte of Affliction, Escape Velocity, and Sage of Mysteries are the uncommons. Even blue doesn't give a 3 for 3 without some kind of drawback, and I know that losing a life for every spell you cast is a drawback. However, in the right deck, you can actually sacrifice it so that you don't have to worry about the drawback, and it actually gives you a benefit. So, I mean, there are so many ways to get around that. Alright, Temple of Deceit. I have told you guys many times I am not a fan of getting temples. This is the 3rd set that has them, and I think 2nd in a row. I had to pull them from the M20 boxes. I'm not happy with them being in Standard. I have never liked them. I understand the Scry is great, but the enters the battlefield tapped gets me. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like to play my lands without them entering tapped, just like everybody else. So why would I want them as my rare? Alright, up next, Atrasa of the Endless Web. 4 to cast for 3/5, so it's pretty good right off the bat. Reach, and whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, create a 1/2 spider with reach. So I'm actually thinking about that card as a... I want to put together a spider deck just for the fun of it, not for competitive in any way, shape, or form. And those are the uncommons. Just because I have a bunch of them, and I figured, well, what are you going to do with them? Burn them or put them in a deck? And that's pretty good. I would not use that as, well, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to take a look between that and Ishgana. Alright. The rare is Dalikos, Crafter of Wonders. 3 to cast, 2/4. It's a Merfolk Artificer. Add 2 colorless, spend it only to cast artifacts, spells, or activate abilities of artifacts, and equipped creatures you control have flying and haste. And the uncommons are Glimpse of Freedom, Renata, Caller of the Hunt, and Entrancing Lyre. Am I really not going to get my Ashiok so I can complete the other deck? Come on. Anyway. That's trash. Alright, my rare, or actually my mythic. I'm not upset about this. I actually like the Nylea God. She's better than people give her credit for. She's a 4 to cast, 5/6. Indestructible. So right off the bat, that's pretty good. As long as your devotion to green is less than 5, she's not a creature, so she stays her enchantment form completely. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Always great in green. And for 3, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it in your hand. Otherwise, put it into your you may put it into your graveyard. And I like that it's not just a normal one. I haven't really figured out because I've been so busy between the pain from the infection and all that stuff. I haven't really done all the research, but I don't know if there's a regular version of that one and that black, I guess, border. Not border because all of them are black border. But the black inside the frame, if that's just the normal that they're doing for certain cards or not. Oh. Here we go. Another temple. Woohoo. Even the uncommon was better in here than getting a temple. A Field of Ruin is better than a temple in my eyes. I know not everybody agrees with me, but, it is what it is. I can only tell you that I have never, ever since they came out with them, been a fan of them. Alright, foil is Trait of Tizeris, which is a 1 to cast, target player loses 2 life and you can escape it. I'm not too terribly upset about that. I actually have a deck that uses, and I can't remember the name, I'm sure one of you guys will tell me what it is because last time I asked the question, which was Anger of the Gods, you guys answered me. 1 black, target player loses 3 life. I can't remember the name of it, from... Oh, wow. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. When I'm opening a set that has Shocklands, it doesn't come up in the same, same frequency as the temples have been coming up. Let me just... I'm not even halfway through the box. 1, 2, 3... I'm 3 in, and I'm not even halfway through the box. I have 3 temples. If I could get that with Shocklands, or hell, even better, here's the uncommons for this pack. Even better, if I could do that in a set that has the fetch lands, well boy, that would make my day. But it never happens like that. It's only on the crap that's really crappy. Like, is that the case for everybody? I need to know. Is that the case for everybody? Alright, Ichthyomorphosis is my foil. And Perforos. Okay, so I did not get the right one. I was hoping for the other one. Alright, Perforos, Bronze Blooded. Now you guys know I'm a big fan of Perforos because I like the original Perforos. I use him in a deck. It's one of my favorite decks to play. And I don't even like red. I've never really been a fan of playing red, but the original Perforos made me actually a fan of playing that style of red. This one... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and read that real quick, just, so you guys can hear it and so I can give myself a reminder. So, 5 to cast 7/6, indestructible. As long as your devotion of red is less than 5, it's not a creature. And other creatures you control have haste, so that's always good. And then you may put a red creature card or an artifact creature card from your hand onto the battlefield and then sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So, he's got, like... a good set of abilities. I don't know if he could be a commander. He could be one of the 99 in commander, but... Oh, there we go. There's a Euro or Oro, whatever the hell his name is. Alright, so for those of you who don't know who it is, I'll kick the rock over for you. 3 to cast 6/6. When he enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So, pure value out of this card. So for 3... as the spell that it would be, because he would just die from your hand, as the spell he would be, he lets you gain 3 life, draw a card, and put a land from your hand into play. So that's 3 benefits. 3. And he's a 6/6. Now when he escapes for 2 green and 2 blue, and exiling 5 cards, he comes into play... Does he get to escape with any counters? No. He just comes into play. Interesting. Still great. One of the better cards in the set, if not the best card in the set. A lot of people would probably say Heliod, because some people would probably say Nalia. I think that he is the best card in the set. I've been looking at him, and I haven't found too many better. Just because he himself can win you a game just by being who he is. So... Alright, the rare here is this crappy Aphemia, the Cacophony. 2 to cast 2 on flyer. It was, I think, the last rare I pulled from the last box. Being end step, exile an enchantment from your graveyard and then create a 2/2 token. I have not seen any real good use for that card yet. It could happen 20 years down the line when, they make one thing happen. That's what always happens. You just can't count out any card. Apparently they can come back with a vengeance. Alright. Phoenix of Ash is the rare here. 3 to cast 2/2, flying haste. You can pump it for 3 to get the +2/+0, and it can escape, and when it escapes, it gets a +1/+1 counter. So alright. Banishing Light, Sea God Scorn, and Phalanx Tactics is the uncommons. Or are the uncommons, my English. I English good. Alright, so 1 Euro, I don't know how to say the name. Alright. The dogs. Gurnos, Hound of Etherios. 3 cast 3/3, Venomous, Menace, Lifelink, and then Graveyard Hate all the way. And let's see, anything good out of the uncommons? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright. 1 Ashiok, guys. That's all I need to. And if I don't get it from this box, I'm just going to say screw it. And I'll add it later after the video is done for it. Oh, a second full rare. Galia of the Endless Dance. 2 to cast, 2/2, Haste Satyr. It's a Satyr. Lord. And Thassa's Intervention. Choose one. Look at the top X cards of your library, put one of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library. Or counter target spell unless the controller pays twice X. So, I don't know how many satyrs there are in this game. I've been playing long, like really long. Ooh, Whirlwind Denial. I love getting them. And I don't recall all that many satyrs, or at least, let's put it another way, any good satyrs to make it worth actually caring about a satyr lord. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. This is like my 5th Thrix out of the 3 boxes. I mean, if you don't know what that is by now, after how many times I've pulled it and you've watched, then I don't know what to tell you. Alright, we're 2/3 of the way through the box. So, my guesstimate is I have one more mythic to go. One more. Alright, this rare is Gravebreaker Lamia. 5 to cast, 4/4 lifelinker. When it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it in your graveyard, then shuffle your library, and spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less to cast. It should have been a zombie, but it was not. Alright, Mystic Retrieval, Furious Rage, and Commanding Presence. Those are the uncommons. Alright, next. Idyllic Tutor. I'm not upset about that one. Idyllic Tutor is a great card in general. Not for standard, per se, but for other, specifically Commander. So search your library for an enchantment card, reveal, put it in your hand, and then shuffle your library. So that'll probably go into the Layla deck, just because it's built on enchantments. And Drag to the Underworld is really good, by the way. 4 to cast for a destroy target creature as an instant, but if you're playing correctly, it probably is going to be 2 black. So it's one of the cheapest costs. Technically, converter mana cost is 4, but when you actually cast it, it might only be 2. So one of the better removal spells. Not as good as Fatal Push, mind you, but if done correctly, could be just as good. Alright, Underworld Breach. I've been hearing about this. This has been the, in Pioneer, the, one of the top decks in Pioneer is the Breach deck. It says, for 2, it's an enchantment. Each non-land card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice Underworld Breach. I've been studying it to see how the deck works exactly. I'm not a fan of it, but other people are. It's doing some things in actual competitive Magic, so you got to pay attention to all that. Alright. Ooh, and yet another temple, because I didn't get enough of them yet. And the uncommons. It does. It makes me so mad every time I pull a temple. It's like, why is this a rare? This is an uncommon. It's an uncommon, for some reason, shifted into the rare spot so they can sell you more packs because you pull them when you shouldn't. The Crone War, bad card. 4 to cast, Saga, it does nothing. Gain control of target creature for as long as your Crone War remains on the battlefield. Second phase, until your next turn, creatures your opponent's control will attack each combat if able, and each tap creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. And here's the funny thing. I actually was thinking of making a budget deck to sell at the cons. That literally is the theory that goes by. Which is, all steal your opponent's creatures, then sacrifice it, make it, steal it, attack with it, deal damage, and then sacrifice it so they get nothing at the end. And yet even that, doesn't impress me as far as putting that in there. I mean, I might just because I need to fill the rare slot and I didn't know what to do it with, but, I mean, it is what it is. Nightmare Shepherd. 4 to cast, 4/4 flyer. When another non-token creature you control dies, you may exile it. If you do, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 and a nightmare. So you can get double use out of cards that are in play. And your uncommon, or my uncommons, were Entropia, the Twice Favored, the Triumph of NX, and Midomai's Prophecy. I don't know if you can hear the inflections in my voice of annoyance yet, but I'm getting a little annoyed that this is the third box, and the third box is still not going to have what I need. And this set to me is not really that great to begin with. So, Wave Break Hippocamp, whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card. So, Gary. I got Gary. I never really, when it was being split, I actually contemplated just buying 3 boxes of this. And honestly, I'm pretty glad that I didn't, because apparently after 3 boxes, I'm still not going to get an Ashiok. I've been watching all these people with regular boxes pulling god stuff out of it, like really good stuff, and then I can't even pull one. Alright, Entrancing Lyre is the foil, and Heliod's Intervention is the rare. Heliod's Intervention is destroy X target artifact and/or enchantments, and target player gains twice X life. I may actually put that into Oloro. Now that I think about it, it gives life, or it does what I want to do, which is destroy other people's stuff. So, and your uncommons, or my uncommons, I keep saying your. We're down to 3 or 4 packs. I don't think I even got a mythic out of this row yet. Enigmatic Incarnation. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature card with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed enchantment's converted mana cost. Put the card on the battlefield and shuffle your library. The uncommons. Alright, we have 3 packs left. So, let's take a look. I still haven't gotten whatever in the third row's mythic would be. I believe there should be at least one more. Storm's Wrath, 4 to cast, sorcery, does 4 damage to each creature and each player. Uncommons. Pack 2 of the 3. A foil Gift of Strength, and Tectonic Giant. So 4 to cast, 3/4. Whenever it attacks or becomes the target of a spell an opponent controls, choose one. Deal 3 damage to each opponent, or exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. Alright, last one. Hold on, let me go through the uncommons. Revered Hoplite, Mire Triton, and Dream Shaper Shaman. What are the chances? What are the chances? What are the chances? 1 to go. Still no mythic out of this row, and I thought there would be at least 1 per row. And I did not get it. I got another mythic instead. I got Erebos, the Black-Hearted. It's not bad, it's just not Ashiok, and without the Ashiok, I can't complete the Oloro deck, so I guess I'm just going to have to go forward without doing it. I'll just replace it later. Alright, so Erebos, the Black-Hearted, is a 4 to cast, 5/6 indestructible. As long as your devotion to black is less than 5, it's not a creature. And whenever a creature you control dies, you may pay 2 life, and if you do, draw a card. Sacrifice another creature, target creature gets -2/-1 until end of turn. So, there's that. The uncommons. Alright, and I will just real quickly pull some of the rares out and, see what money I got there. There's a little bit of money there. I can use the Heliod stuff. I'm going to pull all the temples out just because I got to, vent my frustrations on how common they came up. Temple. The Nylea is good. I like the Nylea. Temple. I like the Swamp. I know that they're not going to be worth anything because of the collector's packs, but alright, so there's what, 32 packs in a box, or 36 packs, so what's that, 1 in 8? 1 in 8 packs had a temple. If it was like that when it was the fetch lands, I would have been really happy, but it was never like that. So the good stuff here is Erebos, Idyllic Tutor, Uro, Perforos, Nylea, and the Foil Swamp. Of all that, I think that's 3, 4, 5 mythics. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 mythics, the Idyllic Tutor, and then the Foil Swamp. So that was the best I could get out of that box. So that was Crackin Packs Theros Beyond Death box 3 of 6. I guess I'm just gonna have to go ahead and complete Oloro without an Ashiok for the time being. I guess I'll just go ahead and do that later, and then I'll post that up for you guys tomorrow, which is Friday. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, anything like that, just go ahead, put them in the section below. New feature, I've been adding these to my videos, but there are right there videos for unboxing. Right there I'm going to put videos for Commander, and right there's that little subscribe button that I would like you guys to hit. Alright, so comments below, subscribe, share out to I guess on Facebook or any other social medias you got, and I will see you next time. This is Dave of Blueverse Games saying see ya.